welcome to the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
How you doing tonight? Why is that funny to me?
I don't know. Got him.
I'm
Threw him
doing
for
the
a loop.
intro tonight. I didn't know I was going to. Welcome to episode 100, guys. If you've hung in with us for this long, buy yourself a sandwich.
Give yourself a handshake.
Yeah, give it a firm handshake, wrist to
one.
wrist,
Yeah, wrist
like
to
a warrior, like Conan the Barbarian.
Like fucking Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Carl Weathers. You keep saying that. They high five handshake. It goes straight, bam, and then they arm wrestle.
That's right. It's like the arm wrestle, the grip.
Yeah.
But I always say they do the wrist to wrist.
Yeah, you always think it's the
and they
wrist one.
don't.
Yeah, no.
We've talked about this. I
Yeah,
think.
Arnold does it. He does it in Conan the Barbarian. I love saying that word wrong. I don't know why. It's very funny. Anyway, episode 100. Ryan.
Thought it'd be a treat for everybody to
Ryan?
hear. Thought it'd be a treat to hear for everybody to hear you struggle through trying to do an intro.
Oh God, I was doing all right.
Yeah, it was okay.
God, remember when I used to introduce
I
it?
know. I
Way
clicked on a
back
random
in the day?
episode and I was like, look, it's Josh doing it.
I'm like, hi.
Hey.
That was back when it was just the podcast. We didn't have a name yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's funny. It was like a good 2 months we were just calling, welcome
and
to
then it was
the
Mighty
podcast.
Fish podcast, which has been now changed.
Yep.
A second time. That's what you like. Confusing branding.
Exactly.
Although it's
dude.
all very cohesive now.
Yeah,
so.
everything's one thing.
We fixed that blunder.
Sort of.
We fixed a lot of things over these last 100 episodes, Josh.
Yeah. Our audio has slowly evolved over
True.
and over. We've been through many a studio.
Yep.
Were we still...
We were dining room.
We were at the dining room table.
Dining room table.
Yeah.
To the Garudio.
In the garage.
Because
yeah.
we needed to be able to smoke cigarettes while recording the podcast.
Yeah, we said,
That's
why
very
are we
important.
doing it this way, dude? Yeah, we were just out there like two guys running a radio show back in the 40s.
Yeah. Yes.
Good night and good luck, America.
Garudio.
Yeah, if to the keen ear, if you go back, you can hear us flicking the lighters while the other one talks. And then every now and then you hear one of us go, yeah, that movie sucked.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Coughing off to the side of the to the mic. God, terrible times, dude. Opening new beers. That's something that hasn't
stuck
changed.
around,
That hasn't changed, yeah. Half the time we do it under the table and at least pretend we're trying to be quiet about it now.
Yeah. Beer cracks have stayed. Smoking cigarettes has left.
Yeah.
Straight into
those up.
Studio 3 into Studio B, and then now in the studio.
Yeah, now we're back at another dining room table with a very large car alarm.
Yeah, I was gonna
going
say
off
with the
behind
car
us.
alarm going off.
That'll go off for the rest of the night. Is it picking it up?
No, I don't know. I think so. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Anyway, yeah. So a long journey it has been.
Yeah.
And there's a siren. There's a car alarm.
Yeah, no, everybody shows up just as we decide to record this.
You know how it is.
Timely
Well, you mean the
episode.
Garudio. You never knew if somebody was just going to open
the
garage
fucking door. Yeah. Or then just walk out and be like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what's going on out here?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude.
They're just smoking with the garage door closed.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold, number one.
What are we supposed to do? Not smoke?
Yeah, are you out of your mind?
But yeah.
We're gonna smoke this whole pack of marbles between the two of us.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, a lot of good episodes in the Garudio.
The Garudio was when we really hit our stride.
That's when we
think.
had the most time, we had the most time, we had the most passion because again, we were just drinking and smoking cigarettes. So it was hard to be like, oh, this again.
Yeah.
It was mostly
just, hey, we're already drunk. You want to record?
We would turn
this?
the mics back on later and then record more stuff. It was insanity.
Sometimes we recorded back-to-back episodes.
Yeah, it was insanity. But hey, the studio has had some awesome episodes as well.
Oh yeah.
We only had one interim studio, which was down at Studio B, downstairs from here.
That's right. We recorded in your office.
A few in there, but I couldn't. But our setup was the same, so it's hard for me to know which was which.
Yeah.
Then Studio 3 had some straight bangers as well. That's when we had first upgraded to the current situation you're hearing now. A very big leap in listenability. Yeah.
We were recording on the one mic,
the one
right?
Yeti
when we first started, right? The
Yeti.
The Yeti, thank you. Yeah, just slap that down, throw it on multi-directional, and just go to town.
Yeah, it had an interview mode
function. That's
where
what
it would pick up from. It had a pickup pattern from both sides, and we just put it in the middle.
Yeah, but we had to be directly.
Yeah, but it's still lots of background noise. I didn't do any post processing really to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me to even remember anymore.
I think all you did was slap a noise cancel filter.
Yeah, I think so. That was it. And yeah, these days, we've been using a lot of the same equipment, but there's been a lot more of a process going on after the fact.
The mics have evolved
more post production and different microphones and different stands and pop filters and things like that. I don't know. I guess we're just being nostalgic right now for our own podcast. But
right?
Yeah, it's
we said it might happen.
But the modern era has been going on since only our second location change. Sure,
Really?
we were
Yeah.
inside to garage, but that was the first area.
Yeah.
Then so we've moved around a lot, but things have been in a state that I would call good,
Stable.
yes,
Relatively.
for a while.
Yeah.
I often tell people I'll go back and listen to all of them. I'm like, work your way back until you're like, ugh, I don't know if I want to listen to this because it's a little harsh.
Yeah, everybody.
Don't
everybody's
start
got
from the
this,
beginning and go up. I'm like,
yeah, everybody's got this weird chronological order that they want to go through, and I tell them the same thing. I'm like, you don't need to do that. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, Don't suffer through that. Work your way back until you go, oh, this is a little too rough for me.
the first
and if it's not too rough for you, great.
The first 4 episodes, we just talked about the same movie.
We did. Yeah. We just turned it on because we're like, it's a podcast. You gotta get it done.
Yeah. What'd you watch today? I don't know.
Something. Yeah. I watched the commercial for Justified 4 times.
Watched it for 2 hours. I figured that counts.
Yeah, I pretty much get it.
Okay, yeah, dude. It's been a long run, man, and we finally made it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, dude. We were talking amongst ourselves about what's going on with fucking Netflix.
Oh God, yeah.
And back in the Garudio location, I also had the man cave, the den of men, as it were. And that's where we didn't really watch movies in the living room very much. We would watch movies in there.
Yeah.
After I got the couch, especially the futon, a little rough.
Yeah, the futon was a hard time.
But the couch, especially after the couch, we mostly watch movies in there.
Yeah.
And we watched some of the dumbest bullshit.
We would just grab
that
shit.
You would find on Netflix. That's where we discovered Peep Show as well.
Yes.
Was in the Den of Men.
Yes.
Through Netflix, I believe.
Great fucking show.
And
we've talked about it a bunch on the podcast. Hopefully some of you guys have gone and tried to locate it. I think it's still on Hulu. I think it might still be on Netflix. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a fucking hilarious show.
Yeah. Our discovery, however, of things like that has definitely fucking gone way down.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because streaming platforms have now just become the
Cable.
main source of mainstream stuff these days.
Everybody's got a streaming.
I'm like, oh man, I need to go see Creed 3, man. I got to get that taken care of. I'm like, that shit is already out on streaming.
Yep.
I saw it in the theater 2 weeks ago, and you watched it on streaming.
I watched it on streaming.
Yeah, today. So
yeah.
So what the fuck? It's not like we're finding fucking what was the what the hell was that movie called? The Lord of the Rings online movie.
Oh God.
Or Knights of Badassdom.
Knights of Badassdom. We watched that on Amazon. That was an Amazon one. Oh God, what was that? Quest of the Fellowship?
Yeah,
or
something like that. Yeah.
The Fellowship.
The Fellowship, maybe.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie's so awful.
So,
did we watch that the same night we watched Joe Dirt 2, or did we watch that on another night?
No.
I think we watched that in SLC Punk 2.
Yeah, I think we watched SLC Punk 2 in that, which oof.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think after there was a short time in the beginning, because you're talking about like we're just talking about whatever nonsense.
Steven Seagal.
But there was at least a little bit of like there was some discoverability going on. Whereas now you can probably bank on what we're going to talk about depending on what it's come out around the time an episode comes out.
No, it's funny you bring that up, and I was like, man, I was such a big soapbox for Netflix movies, especially after Beast and Nose Nation. And at this point, I feel like I've watched the rise and fall of Netflix movies.
And I don't know who's really taken up the mantle on that. I guess Amazon, but that's mostly because they've got so much shit on there.
Yeah.
And like you can just submit. There's so like if you sell it on Amazon Digital, which is not hard to do, I think you're able to sign a contract to make it part of Prime for some sort of measly amount of money, I'm sure. So that's probably why like we bought the double DVD that had
I always want to say Cocaine Cowboy, so it's Concrete Cowboy
and whatever. And then,
it wasn't Gitavan. I always want to say it's Gitavan, but it wasn't. No, it was that David Hasselhoff like James Bond style movie.
Yeah.
And no, it was like David Hasselhoff. If David Hasselhoff was an awful Southern California based Magnum PI.
Yes,
movie was.
But both of those were on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And
we didn't find that out until like a week later.
Till a little later, but I was like, oh man, I wonder if it's in better quality. It wasn't. It was the same rip.
It's still the same.
It was the same rip. Yeah. So it didn't matter. But
that's I've been dipping into Tubi a lot lately.
Okay.
Well, so one of these nights you need to come up. We'll do a Tubi viewing of
this is what I was gonna
B-movies.
This is what I was gonna say. To that point, I think we had a discussion at some point that this podcast was about new releases.
Yeah.
And we were going to new releases or TV shows or maybe something we had missed or whatever, but more blockbuster movies for all intents and purposes. Of course, I wouldn't call The Northman a fucking blockbuster.
I was gonna say,
but
the fucking Neon Demon.
But you get what I'm saying. And I think we had a discussion of making something else that was going to cover that side of things.
Yeah, we had talked about doing a thing called thrifting movies.
Yes.
Where we were gonna like have a competition. Like we were kind of ripping off Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst.
A little bit of a rip off of that. A little bit of dude, there's all sorts of stuff. There's like Linus Tech Tips had Junkyard Wars and there's other tech YouTubers that go out and do thrifting stuff. Yeah. Especially retro tech YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of thrifting stuff. And I thought there was a bunch of different ideas that we melded together there. But
and the whole idea was basically that we would get like 3 or 4 movies each.
Yeah.
And then we would decide who had the better haul after we watched all of the movies, and then we like couldn't figure out what the legality of recording ourselves. And now fucking you just walk into Home Depot and somebody's breakdancing.
Yeah, people are doing TikToks fucking everywhere.
The fuck we want.
Yeah, or on FaceTime or vlogging fucking everywhere they go. It's like not even a thing anymore. It was mostly like the logistics of now everybody has like a great camera on their phone.
Oh, that was the other thing was both our phones.
And we were, and I'm always so.
You still are.
I'm really big about the audio, so I was like not sure how the audio was going to be picked up.
Phone mics? We need to get lapel mics. Yeah. And I was like, Ryan, we sound fine on the phone. You're like, I can hear it. There's a tinniness.
No, but remember I found that test footage from the Garudio.
Oh God, yeah.
Anyway, and that never came to light for a couple of reasons, mostly because it's a lot of fucking work. We got done with that classic catch up and it was like, holy shit. Yeah. We had 2 of them. One of them we blasted out quickly, and it was nice. Then we had the hour long Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yeah.
And that was both of them. This isn't like where I'm in the lab and like I'm telling you like I'll get it done whenever. I was like, I need your help.
Yeah.
I'm having you fetch footage, figure this out, watch rough cuts. Taking notes,
critique.
We were working together.
Yeah.
And
I get off work and come help you out. Yeah.
And it was still like 50 hours of work to probably get that thing done. Right.
I think it took a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So that really put us, and that's the reason why we haven't had any video content like that since
time.
Other than wanting to do, we really want to do it.
We really wanted to finish the Star Trek series. We still want to do that.
And we still will. That we're going to go back to because we've started it and we've learned our lesson. I would rather put out 10 episodes with the time that I have than try to make one really good episode and spend all that money or all that time on it, right?
Yeah.
Plus, we kind of know what we're doing a little bit more. Believe it or not,
we've grown up a bit.
But time is now a little bit more precious as well, which, it makes it hard. So I really don't know where first of all, it's harder to do now, the discoverability of like random nonsense, but I don't know where that will live, I guess.
Well, that was the other one we were talking about doing too was, and this kind of gave birth to classic catch up was bargain bin gyms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, cause we would go through and like randomly dig through like the Walmart bins and the Target bins. Well, back when Target had like a discount shelf, it doesn't anymore. But like, or like supermarket, the little racks at the supermarket that you can spin around and stuff. And you're just like, dude, they only want $5. This is an Academy Award winning movie, and it was stuff like that is kind of where we got the whole idea for classic catch up and everything. But that was another one that never really got any. We didn't know what to do with that one, I think.
Yeah. We don't really do segments per se. We don't have like a news segment, but I wonder if there is room in the next 100 episodes that, we'll do a thing where it's like, you want to talk about something you watched that I didn't watch, and we'll kind of briefly go over things near the end of the episodes. We'll do that now, but I wonder if there's a spot at least every couple episodes where it's like, we're going to talk about some stupid fucking movie that we just found out about. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I wonder if that's just where that goes because, again,
old movie you haven't seen
yet, I may have changed my mind about like, no, dude, we're on the cutting edge of this weekly because for a while there we were really up to
banging
date.
them out weekly. Yeah,
weekly, dude. We had The Last Jedi out
the night
3 a.m. Friday.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's where my mind was at.
Dude, it was
turns
just
out that was
like
not
you
a
said,
great episode.
Yeah. Fuck it. Well, I think the only one I really regret is Blade Runner 2049 because by the time we got around to the movie we actually wanted to talk about, we were so fucking blitzed.
Yes,
that was the
fever dream of actually seeing that movie and felt like it was appropriate.
Yeah, it kind of worked out, I guess. Yeah,
and also we need this year is 100% the return of best of. Best movies of 2023.
Yeah, we definitely
that's
need to
happening.
Go back into
Top
that.
5 or whatever the fuck we call it.
So we've already seen a couple really really good ones.
Couple contenders.
Yeah,
and I laid it out. I think I laid it out too that some of the later last year movies count. I forget. I brought it up last episode.
Yeah. You said something about that, but where the hell was I? Yeah. Best of's coming back. That's good because that's always fun.
It is fun.
We
have our list and we keep them close to the chest.
Yeah, because like we seriously did the 3 years we did it. You just that week we don't even talk to each other. like it's just like it's just a random text. Just like I have my 5. Where are you at? Oh, I have my runners up and my 5. You have runners up, you son of a bitch. And then it's, but that's it. Like we really keep it real close to the chest. Ryan surprised me with some of his. I've surprised Ryan with some of mine, and it's fun because it's a mystery bag for us where we're gonna land on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean the way it ended up is Buster Scruggs ended up being the podcast overall pick. Right? We've never had one where we had to debate what was the podcast best movie, right? Because we had different number 1s, but my number 2 was your number 1. That makes it,
and that's an average.
1.
Yeah, that's an.
But I do still stand by my last minute decision. We're talking like day or two before to put A Star Is Born in there. I do like that movie. I really do, and I am a sucker for an actor directed drama from time to time. Seems to be my my pleasure spot.
Good night, everybody.
We're out of here. Yeah, I stand by that. Unlike I did say, I was so overly harsh to Into the Spider-Verse.
You really were.
I was just kind of like, yeah, it was really good, but so what?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, it's the best Spider-Man movie, dude.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it was really good, but I mean,
you seen That Far From Home, though?
Everybody else was like, it's really, really good. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it, but I do remember being like overly critical. Like, I really like it, but I can't say too many good things about it.
Yeah, you were like, I just feel like, I think it was because I was over here gushing like a fucking.
It could have been
like a fourth grader over here.
It could have been.
And then he Spider-Man, and he's on the side of the building, you know.
Spider-Man movies have been the weirdest point of contention for seemingly no reason.
That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I thought about that the other day. I'm like, we disagree so infrequently. And well, no, because we disagree a lot. But
sure, but so
adamantly,
where there's no understanding.
Yeah. We're just like, I just don't know why you fucking like it. I don't know why you fucking
difference,
hate it.
Like, difference in taste, or that didn't bother me as much as it did you. Yeah, to each their own, of course, subjective taste.
No.
However,
it's always just jabs and passive aggressive remarks.
With Spider-Man, I think we actively hate one another's take on the character in general.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, yeah.
So whenever we have to talk about it,
down to it, where I was just like, Brian just doesn't fucking understand goddamn Spider-Man. That's all it is, dude. Fucking rookie coming in here like he's somebody. I've been around, man.
Yep. See, and I think there's just no getting past that.
So Ryan's just like fucking old money telling me what's up.
They gotta keep cranking these out because it's it's where we differ the most.
Yeah, dude. I just man, but I am glad that we both agree on the Venom and Morbius movies. And all that crap. Where it's just like, stop, you know?
I don't think there's been anything where one person's got like overly upset, like trying to defend some garbage. Not that I can remember. I'm sure if we listen back, we'd find something like, wow,
No, it's usually you coming down on me for not liking something.
Yeah, typically, yeah. Typically, but it's never really like what you're fucking stupid, right?
Well, and at this point too, I'm willing to acknowledge that I'm in a minority.
Sure, yeah. You're like, it's not great, but I like it. I'm like, of course, that's a fair take. And
I'm gonna have to do that again here very soon.
I'm sure. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna be next episode. I might be so mad.
He might.
You know what? You know what? You're like, right. I'm just sitting here like that's never happened, and you're just like, there's a first time for everything. I'm just saying, if a bear took cocaine, I'm gonna be so mad. But,
oh God, no, it's nothing like that.
Okay,
all right, Matt, you're still gonna get mad. You're still gonna get mad.
All right. Well, we'll save that for the.
God, there was one. Oh, there was one we were talking about, and it was one of the best ofs, and I can't remember. It was a Marvel movie, and you kept coming at me about not liking it. And it wasn't Spider-Man, and I can't remember what it was. And you kept coming at me, and I just fucking just to stop the conversation and move on. I was like, fine, no, you're right, Ryan. No, absolutely.
That was a private conversation, and that was a private conversation.
Was it private? I thought that was on mic.
And okay. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. I was actually just about to talk about it. And again, I don't want to sound really pretentious here. Like I've noticed flaws with my approach to analyzing movies. Not that we do too much of that here.
Yeah.
But you especially have grown a lot.
But you suck so much more than me.
You have grown a lot to verbalizing, because when you're like, I feel this way, so that's why I'm saying it. And I'm like, but that doesn't help me understand why you're saying it.
I was going to say, God, and that fucking further pat your dickweed back. But fucking no, I think I've gotten a little bit better at, like, because I can analyze a movie, but I can't talk about.
Why. You're not wrong, but being
able to explain it, like, I can do that when I'm writing a fucking paper, but or a report on anything. But like saying it for some odd reason is just like the buck stops at my mouth, you know, and it's. Well, I just don't fucking like it.
Yeah, for sure. And you've gotten a lot better at that. Like, obviously, I don't think this podcast would have kept going if it was just like,
no.
What'd you think of it? It sucks shit, and I hate it because it sucks.
Yeah,
like
it's great because it's awesome.
Yeah,
I think the only movie I stick to my guns on with that is when I defend G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Sure.
People.
Yes. No.
Where I'm like, Blind Master is played by the RZA. That's the only argument I need.
Yeah, no, and of course there are things where it's just like I like it just because I don't know. Like I don't know. I realize it's bad and I can talk about why it's bad, but I like it. But that conversation especially, I was not defending that movie. Yeah. I didn't like it either, but I was challenging you to tell me why it wasn't good. So I kept saying, I kept saying, but why do you think that? Because this or this. No. And you got so mad that you're like, fine, it's the best. And I'm like,
the greatest fucking movie ever
no,
made.
It sucks, dude. It sucks. I'm trying to get you to explain why. Which is helpful because we're going to do this podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have to discuss this at some point. And I was like, shut up. How about that?
Yeah. But
maybe I won't even show up.
Yeah, but again, I think, and then, fucking, it's up to you to tell me fucking where I've grown as we've done this podcast, but.
Well, fucking, your tolerance for my bullshit's gotten a lot better, dude. Yeah, dude, I will say this. God, how do I word this right? You don't go as far out of your way to piss me off anymore the way you used to. You don't goad me into shit anymore. And, it's not like you gotta go far. I have awful temper control. I'm fucking in my goddamn 40s. I should be much better about this. It doesn't take much to set me off though. But you don't seem to delight in it as much. On the podcast.
I was gonna say there are times
on the podcast.
There are times when it's
you still
funny.
Do it to me.
Yes, I do. There are times when it is funny, and there have been times where I'm like, I went a little too far, but because like I'm not being serious.
Yeah.
And you know that,
and I can recognize it now.
And that might make you even more mad because you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think I've done it on the podcast where I'm like, I'm not doing this, dude. I'm not doing this with you. Let's just move on.
I don't go out of my way as much. I used to reiterate a lot of things or like try to like drum up shit around topics or whatever.
Yeah.
You used to do that a lot more.
We both don't talk it. We recognize at this point where we start talking in circles.
Yeah.
And we're just like, all right, we're done,
That was my biggest thing is big, long tangents, losing train of thought, talking in circles, whatever. And I think we both got a lot better at recognizing that.
You've gotten a little less strict on what stays in and what goes out.
Yeah.
You'll recognize when something's a good conversation or just something we both did dumb needs to stay in.
I did cut out some stuff from the last episode that I said I might.
I figured you would. Yeah, we got a little wild on that.
But for the most part, you might hear us say like, "Oh, I'm going to cut that out," because we don't actually.
And we never. Yeah. Nothing. 90% of what you hear is just is said. We cut out parts like me going is for like 15 minutes because I have a problem with that. But no, Ryan, you've it's been awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's been
awesome.
a good ride. It's been a good ride. I don't mean to be sappy and sentimental, but I'm just kind of like
we've grown as friends. Yeah. We hug now.
Yeah, we've had a good run, and I think the podcast is only getting better and better and better. Of course, everybody has rose-tinted glasses and like, those were the days. Yeah. But
no, it's
we still have fun doing it.
People ask me all the time what my favorite episode is, and this is a spoiler alert. I don't remember a lot of the episodes because we've done fucking 100 of them.
100 of them over a pretty long.
That's
of time.
Some of the guys I know that listen. Guys and gals that listen. They'll hit me up about, oh my God, when you guys said this or that, and I can't believe you didn't like da 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 da. And I'm like, I didn't? Fuck, I did. I don't remember saying that. Oh, when you guys were talking about this, it had me laughing, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah. And so I do have some favorites. And the thing is like, I don't want
a lot of my favorites are the early episodes too.
I don't want to.
We didn't know what we were doing.
I don't want to force it, right? I don't want to like force some of the things we used to do into the podcast now. Yeah. Like if it happens, it happens. But like The 2 episodes where we read my shitty fan fiction.
We had said that was going to become a common thing, dude. And it just, you just never felt like writing one again.
No inspiration has struck.
You've threatened it a couple times, but you've never.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to force it. So I don't want it to be a segment. And then I'm just
because God, you writing that crap and then making me read it
it's so good.
Oh God,
it's good.
It was so bad.
Especially the funny thing is I obviously wrote the Power Ranger one for that episode.
Yeah,
but the Ant-Man one,
you just wrote it.
I had that for a while.
Did you really?
Yes, I just wrote that one day because I'd make fun of my wife a lot, right? Which I've stopped doing about fan fiction.
Yeah, she used to read fan fiction.
She totally still reads.
Oh, she does?
Fiction. Yeah,
that's funny.
I don't know what she's on these days, but she makes her way around. So depending on what she's watching or whatever, which is totally cool. A lot of people like fan fiction. So
I remember she was at one point she was reading like Friday Night Lights.
That's honestly that's probably what she's reading right now because she's been watching. Something.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I was down there the other day, she was watching that one.
That or like maybe Orville fan fiction.
Oh, is she super into it now?
She is very into the Orville.
It's a good fucking show, man.
Spoiler alert, that's coming soon.
We both need to catch up on the recent season of that, and we both need to finish Picard.
Correct.
Because we want to do like a comparing.
We might have a very special episode or something.
That might be a long one too. Because you can't talk about new Star Trek without talking about old Star Trek, and we're both Star Trek nerds, so
it could get off the rails quickly. And I'm there for it.
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah. This at some point, Star Wars and Marvel are going to come up while we're sitting here drinking beer and talking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna get rich.
Tune
in for that one. It's edge of your seat thrillers.
Yeah, we may even talk about the Mandalorian right when it ends instead of a month later. Like we usually do.
When we remember that it happened.
When we remember to watch it. But what the fuck was I talking about? It doesn't matter. That one
we're talking about the fan fiction
I had just
stuff,
written that. Yeah, I had just written that, and it had been.
No, I remember
sitting around in my phone and
that was in your. Oh God, that was when you were fucking
my
Dazzler is my favorite.
My Dazzler
Marvel
phase has not stopped.
No,
I watched the Orville Halston stages in that, and I'm just like, she's fucking Dazzler, bro.
I know. Yeah, every time you see her, you bring that up. You know who that is? Yeah, that's Halston.
She played Dazzler in fucking Dark Phoenix.
Dude. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Dark Phoenix. Yeah. She was just there to perform at the party. She didn't do anything else.
I don't even think she went to the school. She was just there.
I think she was going.
Because I don't think she was. Or was she?
I just thought it was super
Was she
funny.
Dazzler at that point?
Yeah, she was Dazzler.
But I'm saying the star Dazzler.
Oh, I don't think so. Well, the timeline in the X-Men movies is so fucking bizarre.
Because by that logic, by the time the Patrick Stewart ones were around, she should have been a star already, right?
Because Dazzler and Jubilee existed on the team at different times. I'm pretty sure by the time Jubilee came out, Dazzler had left for the Mojoverse with Longshot. And then they were like, we need a new character. Oh, I don't know. Let's do some stuff. We probably have some scripts laying around that we wanted to do with Dazzler. How about we make Jubilee, except they're fireworks, not light.
Not light. Yes. And as you know, that fanfic came out because I was in my Dazzler phase. Yeah. And I said I was going to make an Ant-Man Dazzler team up / hookup fanfic. And you were like, that's not a thing.
I was like, I'm not putting it that it's not that it couldn't happen. But that's not I remember I was like, what is Dazzler's real name? And you're like, Dazzler.
Her name is Dazzler.
I was like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, I'm a bad writer. And here's the thing. It's mostly because I don't want to put in the work to remember how to write good. I enjoy writing like an idiot, and I've been playing too much World of Warcraft and using Discord and AOL Instant Messenger.
You're in the meme.
My brain is fried of what fucking brain to text is like. So I could do the work to learn to write something. I'll be honest, while
I was reading them, nothing was spelled. You didn't spell you with a U.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
But the thing is I'm like, here's a writing thing. You set the stage, set the timeline. So I'm trying to be a smart ass.
JanSport backpack.
And I'm like, he's got a JanSport backpack and his first generation iPod or second generation iPod, which is now compatible with Microsoft instead of just Mac.
Yep.
which is a big deal.
Because nobody bought.
Everybody was over 9/11. You know, all the good stuff. And I enjoy doing it, and it will. I think with this year, with the fucking amount of garbage, and also hopefully good shit coming out this year, with something like Blue Beetle, which has already made me angry, just having known that it's a thing that exists. And
that's how I feel about Indy.
Like,
5.
dude, yeah, Indiana Jones, Guardians 3, fucking. Yeah. I can't believe we haven't seen Shazam 2 yet. I want to go see that.
I keep forgetting it's actually out.
Yeah, we need to see that.
We do.
David F. Sandberg was all mad because have you seen the and it's like, it's just for fun, but it's a picture of, it's like Scream 6, Shazam 2. It's like all this nonsense on like a marquee, right? For what's playing at that theater. And it's just like, oh, this is the state of movies right now. And he's like, 40 years ago, you could have seen fucking Star Wars Episode 6, Jaws 3, fucking Star Trek, or Twilight Zone the movie. He's like, this isn't anything new. And I'm like, man, it's just for a bit of fun. I don't think you need to get too upset about this.
Yeah, calm down. I mean, but the problem is that there are people that are fucking dead serious about that. I'm like, dude, they've been making sequels since the 80s.
Yeah,
dude, calm the fuck
down. It's been a thing. For
but that's the sad part. Is like, I get why he's flipping out, because there's people that are genuinely like that. They're acting like sequels are.
How dare you make a sequel to Shazam?
Yeah,
he's like, cool, thanks.
Yeah, right. Cool.
Sweet.
Did you see the first one? No, I won't even bother with Hollywood crap.
Yeah.
That's the thing that cracks me up, is they say they won't bother with Hollywood crap, and then they talk about how much they love like Apocalypse Now. And I'm like, that's still a Hollywood movie, right?
It's true.
Like, where do you go for your movies? I only watch Yellowstone. That's still fucking,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I guess
that mindset's interesting to me.
You got to go full international film, I guess.
Right? Like, are you only watching English movies? Because, they're just trying to make...
The big problem, too, is like with people who are really into indie film and that sort of thing. Like you're talking about, those pretentious assholes.
Yeah.
Where do they even go for some of this stuff? I have a few ideas, but it's like, it's always genre. Like, why is horror such like a safe haven for indie filmmakers?
Because it's cheap and it's easy to film real quick. You can always find an abandoned house or abandoned. You don't got to fucking sign any contracts or anything. Sure, but
you could make a, like, granted, I haven't seen The Whale, but like, why did Darren Aronofsky need to make The Whale? Isn't it just a fat guy in his house until he dies? Why is that in the Hollywood system?
He spends time with his kids. It's Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, no, I know.
Honestly, that's one of those indie movies directed by a big director.
Sure,
so everybody's,
So I'm like, there are other genres. There's a drama that had got a man an Academy Award.
Yes,
that is an indie film, right? Yeah. I mean, granted, it's directed by Darren Aronofsky, and portrayed by Brendan Fraser. However, like, why is it always just horror? Why? Why is there?
There's some sci-fi that's indie as well.
Sure. See,
but
again, that is very prohibitive.
That one's hard. Unless you root it like I've brought it up a couple times on here. The Prospect. Prospect is an incredible one, and it's super low budget, and they're apparently working on more movies that they want to build in that same universe, and they're using like stop animation, fucking miniature work and stuff, and it's all very DIY, and it's super cool. And that movie's really grounded. Like, all the guns are still like ammo based and stuff like that, and they wear regular spacesuits and stuff. There's no light speed or anything like that. What CGI there might be is very, very, very minimal. They go into like easily accessible locations and use it as like a burn, kind of like how Firefly was and stuff like that, where it's obviously made on the cheap.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of sets and stuff like that, but you can still pull off sci-fi.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
you just got to think outside the box, not try to shoot it like a fucking big Hollywood film. Not reach for the stars, just reach for the stars.
Yeah, television can do sci-fi, so could an indie film, of course.
Yeah, I mean, fucking The Expanse is one of the most popular shows of all time, and that show looks like shit for the most part.
Yeah. I just wonder. I wonder why horror is like such a scene.
I don't know why, dude. I always thought it was because it's super cheap and stuff like that. But I think it's, I don't know, because you look at like Sam Raimi.
It's just a history.
And a lot of guys like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's just a history behind it but I wonder because
I know a lot of the movies that a lot of the guys around here that are trying to, you know, make a name and stuff like that. They're mostly horror movies.
It's true.
Here.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And like, but we know where to go if we want to find that shit. You go to Shudder, there's plenty of subreddits. You go to
Shudder, you go to Prime.
Plenty of shit to find it. And I'm just kind of like, what's like a hub to just find indie movies in general? Right? Like, where is a hub for that?
Oh, I guarantee there's a subreddit for everything.
Is it just just go to the fucking Sundance or,
Sundance or Cannes.
Yeah.
You know,
fucking
probably that.
Channel or whatever.
Maybe Turner Classic Movies has, or TCM has some,
Those are classic movies.
Yeah, but they still have other lists.
Sure.
IFC.
Sure. IFC. There you go. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Independent Spirit Awards.
Yeah, but I mean,
fuck you. We you got your Jennifer Lawrences and our Bradley Coopers. Fuck you. We have Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, dude. And it's I saw an interview with Colin Farrell where he was talking about how he's really liking being more forgotten and how he's like, yeah, I blew up super big there and everything, and I'm so glad that I faded out, you know, basically. And he likes making like Undine and stuff, more of these more, you know, In Bruges type of movies where it's lower budget, lower release. He wants to be in movies that make bigger money because he's got, you know, family support and stuff like that. But he's like, but the things that I enjoy doing are these smaller movies.
Yeah.
And I'll, you know, I like the smaller movies myself.
Yeah. I don't know how we started on that, but yeah, I don't. Where are these snobs going to watch all these stupid things? Like, of course we search them out where we can, but yeah, of course we're fucking watching Shazam too. Like, man.
I mean, I would.
That's
love
what I can go to the theater and fucking see. Dude.
I would love for every movie to be like Drive or The Northman or something like that, but like.
In those days of just, and like that shit has just moved around. I know I talked about like, where do I go to exclusively watch that? But like, let's be real. Like, you just pay attention to what's coming out on certain streaming platforms and you're bound to find at least some of that.
Well, and it's sometimes the algorithm actually helps you out, because I wouldn't have known about Prospect without that stuff. Like, I saw an ad for it on YouTube at one point and I was like, I know I'm going to check that out when it comes out. And luckily it went straight to Hulu, so I was able to watch it.
I have something to say.
Okay.
I'm very, very excited for a movie, and I shouldn't be so excited for it.
Oh God!
But seeing the latest trailer when we went to go see John Wick, I'm just like, Renfield looks fucking. It looks so good.
Renfield looks so great, dude. No, that's. Oh God!
I'm not the biggest fan of Awkwafina, but like. She's all right.
I've liked her in.
She hasn't. I haven't been like ugh in anything. She's done.
No, I've liked her in everything.
Shang-Chi and in Crazy Rich Asians and all the other stuff I've seen her in. And I think she did a dramatic role with another smaller indie film. It was like her and her mom. It wasn't her real mom. It was like a mother-daughter thing that she did that she got a lot of recognition for. But that movie. I don't know why. It looks stupid as fuck. And I'm just like, I don't know. This could be a total banger.
Yeah, dude. That's how dude. I like the cast. I like Nicholas Hoult.
Yep.
I fucking begrudgingly love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I don't have the Nicolas Cage fever like everybody, but man, I've watched enough of his more recent shit that I'm just like, man, he's still good.
Have you checked out?
No.
Dude, you need to watch it.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I was scared.
See, and the thing is like I like Pedro Pascal a lot, and I like Nick Cage. Something about that movie, I'm just like, no.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and I went, okay, it is a real movie.
Okay.
It is not what I had feared it was going to be.
Okay.
Yes, he is playing himself.
Yeah.
and it's a fake version of himself.
Of course, yeah.
But like, it is just a weird like buddy cop fucking misunderstanding wacky comedy, mixed in with like action cliche nonsense. It's way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a hot meme going around right now.
You've done that to me recently with something that you were just like, I know what you thought.
Yeah.
And Babylon. It was Babylon. Yeah. And I fucking loved that movie. Yeah. That was a great movie. So, all right, Ryan.
No, there's a bit of it that's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's not. It is a real movie that somebody had a vision to make.
Okay.
It is not all about the joke that it is Nick Cage playing Nick Cage. That is
because
very much not what that movie is about.
The trailer is I was just like, no.
It is much better.
It felt like response to the Nicolas Cage fever that's blowing up everywhere, and I'm just like,
exactly. And especially after we had just got done watching, not just got done, but off the back of watching Primal, like, and just being like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
I guess every once in a while he makes a Mandy or a Color Out of Darkness.
Yeah, but I feel like this movie is playing a lot off of his performance in that movie. So
Pig was really good too. I don't think I talked about Pig.
No, I don't think so. I need to watch Pig.
Pig is very, very, very good.
I like that he's having an actual comeback instead of just being in a million things and every so often they're okay.
Yeah.
I feel like right now everybody's just kind of like, he is actually a name again instead of a meme.
Yeah.
So I think I like Nick Holt a lot. And I think
I like Nick Holt a lot, dude. The first thing I was really aware of him in was Mad Max, and I fucking loved his character in that movie.
He did a great job.
And then
he's great in The Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then God, dude, that's a good fucking show. I
watched the first season.
I watched the first season.
Elle Fanning, I did not know. So funny. She does great in that.
She normally is.
He's hilarious, but she's so good.
She's normally doing just fucking
Neon
dramatic
Demon.
roles and stuff. Neon Demon and shit like that. Yeah.
To bring that up again.
I think the only time she had a little bit of comedy going on was in Super 8.
Super 8,
where she was still a kid.
Yeah, where she was a child still.
Yeah, where she was still a child, and she just was, a funny kid.
She's like, it was J.J. Abrams type shit.
Yeah, J.J.
The Goonies.
Amblin ripoff crap.
Yeah, it was an actual Amblin movie.
It was
for the record,
but it was aiming.
I
will
talk
Amblin.
So much shit on J.J. Abrams nonstop,
except for Super 8.
But at the same time, just be like, but he also makes great films,
dude.
I love his style. He needs to not write movies, and this is what I said about Rian Johnson as well.
Yeah. No, because you and I have said the same thing forever. And he also needs to find a project.
Yes. and see it through.
Stick with it. Yeah.
Get a partner and see it through.
Exactly, dude.
I agree.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he needs a Coen brother or something. Like there needs to be two Abrams.
To be an Abrams brother.
Yeah, there needs to be an Abrams.
Yes.
Or something.
I agree. Yeah, no, he needs
Or like Adam McKay and Will Ferrell when they were working together and stuff. Judd Apatow and God, who was he?
Tom Cruise and fucking Christopher McKinley,
McGavin, McGowan,
whatever.
McGovern.
The guy who's directing the last good Mission Impossible movie.
Dude.
That's another thing coming out this year.
Yep.
Is the part 1 of that.
Yeah.
On top of the first part of Fast 10, which Fast 8 was a revelation. Fate of the Furious.
Yeah, Fate of the Furious was one of the greatest stupid fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
F9, outside of John Cena.
John Cena's weird fucking takes. And yeah, dude, and like, oh God, speaking of John Cena, I started watching Peacemaker a bit.
Yeah.
Off and on, I tune in. It's not great, but it's a James Gunn TV show. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. It's not, I fucking still hate the Peacemaker. I still fucking hate him. But I'm just like, you know what, John Cena? I think I might have given you a little short shrift.
Yeah.
Because I actually like him in the show. The one thing that bothers me, though, is they keep trying to do like all this sympathetic shit where it's just like, oh, he was raised by a fucking crazy Klan member. And and I'm just like, it's
no,
stupid.
he should just be a piece of shit, right? Like
he is a piece. Yeah, he is still a piece of shit. But it feels like every once in a while they're just like, oh, lovable loser, and I'm like, fucking monster. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, sorry,
that was
guys.
What was so great in his
sorry,
intro
guys.
in
He
Suicide
fucking
Squad.
killed Flag. I don't care.
Yeah, that was his intro in Suicide Squad, where he's just like, I'm a dick, right? Like that was good shit.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion vibes.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, she was in that, right?
Yeah.
And
He played a Phantom Limb.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No,
that's right.
Phantom Limb's
yeah,
from Venture
no,
Brothers.
What was his name? Fucking
ABC, RAB, or something like that.
whatever.
Yeah. He could like throw his arms around.
Yeah, whatever the fuck he did.
He could throw
his arms came off.
Yeah, it was the detachable kid. We'll call him that.
DC or the DK.
Yeah, DK.
Yeah, and it was like the Dark Knight, detachable kid. That's right.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we made it. We figured it out.
But yeah, dude, no, it's just, John Cena's good in that. But yeah, dude, aside from just the random cuts to
of him looking sad.
God, I think the one that makes me laugh still, I'll just randomly think about it, is the one where he's like looking through the slider window on that steel door.
Yeah, I was going to say on the makeshift like fucking impromptu prison cell they make for him. And he's just like,
and he's just,
Dude, and then just...
I wish I was in the family because I am family.
Taking that movie so serious was so bizarre. And
just the Logan-esque beginning of the movie
it's just like, and the flashbacks. And
no, Vin Diesel is definitely high on his own
all that
shit.
And then this one, I'm just like, they're just fucking Jason Stathaming us again, but with Jason Momoa.
Yeah. And Statham's back in this one, too.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, you don't know me, but I'm going to blow up your house again.
No.
I don't think
you wronged my relative in another movie.
You did something in another movie that pissed me off. So now you will pay and your family will pay. And he's like, nobody fucks with my family. And I'm like, it was funny like 3 times. Then it was too fucking serious. And like where they're like, I'm your real family and you only care about this fake family. And I'm like, all right, now we're stretching it. Now they're like, I hate your family yet again for something you did in a previous movie. Fast 5, one of the better ones. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. The only reason, I mean, I can do it because I'm going to, but the only thing that gives me faith
is it looks like Han's going to do something.
Is Jason Momoa looks like he's fucking might be chewing a little bit of scenery with his effeminate weirdo persona that he's got.
Yeah, he's got that whole Metro thing going on again, where he's just like big collars, silk shirts.
His big earrings and all this shit. And he's got makeup on,
and like I don't know.
And I'm like, okay, I'm into that. I like the idea of the Bondish bad guy.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I want that.
Yeah. No, there's. And speaking of Momoa, there's something about Momoa that I find refreshing and like actually complete, whereas I feel like The Rock has never gotten there with me. And Momoa feels he's got the same charisma. He's the same.
Where it hasn't
dude.
worn out its welcome. It's not like, like where everybody's kind of like Pratt, like Chris Pratt, where we're all kind of like, all right, man. Yeah, we've had enough Chris Pratt, I think.
Honestly, I feel like Chris Pratt's had enough of being Chris Pratt at this point.
I think so. But
especially looking at that clip that you
I can't believe it. I am Mario.
Wow. Can't believe it. I am Mario. Like, is he doing that ironically? Or there's just like a sense of resignation about that, where he's just
from what I understand, he like has actually had to come out like against everybody just talking so much shit to him about it. And I'm like, guys, who cares, dude? Like who? Like
we made jokes, but we weren't fucking weren't.
Who else were really gonna get? Like I know a lot of people are like they should have just got the regular voice actor, but I'm like,
no,
he doesn't talk.
No,
he does the yahoos.
Yeah,
like. Yes, they probably should have made him not talk, but that's not what this movie is.
No, it needs to be a movie.
Yeah, so we're not making fucking Wall-E here, right? So yeah, man, like they could have got a voice actor. They could have done like Chris Pratt. If not Chris Pratt, it's somebody else to be mad about, right?
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt, again, I've said this a bunch of times. It's fun to make fun of it because it's kind of funny. Yeah. But I'm just like, he was in one of the best animated movies ever made.
Yes.
Right? Like he was fucking in the Lego movie.
Yeah, he was in the Lego movie.
He has a little bit of fucking cred, okay? Yeah. Like it'll be okay.
I like Chris Pratt, dude.
Is his Wahoo gonna be as good? No.
No.
Is he gonna sound like Chris Pratt mostly? Yes. 100%. Is Donkey Kong gonna be Seth Rogen? Yes. Yeah. But is Bowser going to kill it?
From that trailer, dude, I was just like, that don't even sound like Jack Black.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but he's doing a voice.
He's trying. Yeah, he's going for it. Yeah, no, dude, honestly, Pratt won me over in Magnificent Seven.
Sure. Yeah.
I fucking loved his character.
He's got tons of great performances. It's easy to make fun of him for being fucking Raptor riding Jim and fucking
Raptor riding Jim
and
Raptor Rodney.
Raptor Rodney and the guy in the Future Wars. What the fuck is the Tomorrow War?
Tomorrow War and oh god, that one where
the other Amazon
where he right? gaslights fucking Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh god, yeah, and yes. Oh yeah.
That movie's so awful.
God, what was that? I
don't even remember.
I keep wanting to say Arrival, but that's wrong.
It's not Arrival.
Arrival is the Alfonso Cuarón movie. Yeah. I don't remember. Passengers.
Passengers, yes.
Yeah, that creepy shit. That
was an awful fucking movie.
It was Rex Dangervest, man.
Rex Dangervest, dude.
Yeah, his backstory will shock you. I'm like the only people who've seen Lego Movie 2. And
yeah, you know what, dude? I kept telling you I was gonna watch it, and I never.
It's not even really worth watching, other than finding out who Rex Dangervest is.
It's just him.
It's just him.
Yeah.
But you don't know how it's him.
I don't care.
It's a real Bender.
Oh god.
No, it's a real Fry. Fucking what was Fry's no hair burnt larynx?
Oh god.
Fucking Gil. I don't know. Whatever. Suck it. So
suck it, Gil.
I watched I Love You Man all the way through, unedited, for the first time in a long time. It is insane to me how much stuff that we do that we're still doing that we just straight up lifted from that movie.
I tell you, it's the taste of betrayal every day.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a taste of betrayal. Yeah. You're a whore.
Suck It Gil has stood the test of time. Fucking the dumb way that Paul Rudd pronounces things, we still do that.
You call me Jobin, I call you Jobin.
Modern Warrior, today's Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer. Slap at the bass.
Yeah, that is.
We talk about we both talk about Hank Mardukas a lot.
Hank Mardukas. There is it is almost a perfect. It is a perfect movie.
It is.
I think the only reason it's not, I say almost, is a very male centric movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my wife loves it, but I don't know if there's any like gal pals out there who are like fucking high-fiving over I Love You Man.
Oh,
I understand that. I understand they know it's funny.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it really has an audience. It really we are the target audience. It's like dudes who have dude friends and dude stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I get that it's funny, but like
it's my jerk off station.
It hits different, right?
Yeah. It's a jerk off station. I've been to a house with a jerk off station. And it was all dudes.
Yeah. You know how it is. I just brought that up because I was thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's a good dude. That one and Role Models, dude.
Yeah,
I prefer Role Models, honestly. Over I Love You Man.
Oof.
But that's
the hottest take.
Dude, I know. I love I Love You Man. I think it's great. But Role Models, honestly, it's like back in the day when you forced me to watch Hot Rod because I was so no on it, dude. And I was just like, look. A path diverged in a yellow road, and I chose the Balls of Fury path.
Yeah.
And you were just like, why? And I was like, the movie's incredible.
That's why you're still a George Lopez defender.
I am not a George Lopez. What? I don't even know how to wrap that up, dude. No.
I don't know. I talk shit about him all the time, and you don't reciprocate.
I don't join in?
Yeah.
That's not true.
All right.
I rip on George Lopez all the time. Okay. I got the mush mouth tonight, dude. It's killing me.
We need more Miller Lite.
We do need more Miller Lite. Yeah. But no, man, I fucking, and then you finally showed me, you made me watch Hot Rod. You baby, God, I think that was one of the ones where I was at your and Brandon's spot, and you were like, "You're not leaving."
This is happening. Just strap in and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, you've done that to me with a couple movies. You did that to me with Days of Future Past as well, and I was just like, it's one of my favorite X-Men movies now.
Don't get me wrong about Role Models, by the way. It is in that same tier of movie.
I Love You Man.
I Love You Man. It's like I said, it's like a perfect movie.
I Love You Man has so many better quotable lines.
Things. Yeah,
things happen in fucking Role Models that just. I think the only thing I ever really quote from Role Models is "Taste the beast."
Yeah.
Like when they did the Unleash the Beast thing at work and everything with the monster and everything, I was just like, "Taste the beast," and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like,
"What are you talking about? The Minotaur."
Minotaur.
Yeah.
Get up, everybody gonna move your.
Yeah, no, it has a tighter plot. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is for sure.
No, Role Models is very. I was in here the other day just making food, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Marvin Hamlish?" But no, Role Models is definitely one of those ones that leans heavily into like Paul Rudd's improbability and stuff. And I always want to say Martin Starr. It's not Martin Starr. Fucking the kid with the glasses, McLovin.
Oh yeah, McLovin.
Can never remember that kid's name.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing some other stuff. He was in.
He's been in a couple serious. Movies too.
He was. What is the name of the movie? From Drive. Sexual assault. Bo Burnham. Promising Young Woman. He was in Promising Young Woman.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Did I ever talk with you about that? Did we ever talk?
I don't know
that?
if we ever talked about it.
Because I saw it, and fuck's sake, I love that.
That's a very good movie.
That movie was super good.
Very, very dark.
It's a dark comedy, for sure. But it's so good, and it is very dark.
The way it approached some of those subjects was very, very amusing. And like mostly because it's like a weird romantic comedy wrapped up in this,
I feel like
sexual assault revenge story.
See, that's what I think I like about it so much is like one half of the movie is shot like a thriller, color tone and everything, and then the other half is this oversaturated color fucking Hallmark style rom-com, and it's such a. It shouldn't work, and it works brilliantly, especially because like as that story goes further and further along, that color all starts to blend together.
Yeah,
and
it's Schmitty and fucking what's his name from Glow.
Yeah,
and also he's in How I Met Your Father, a terrible show. I've had the misfortune of having to watch
Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff, the other girl from Secret Life of an American Teenager.
Oh, is there?
Who's not Shailene Woodley. And then him. I can't even remember his name from Glow. And I never watched the last season of Glow either.
Ned, I think.
He was the rich dude.
Yeah, the one who was back in everything.
Yeah.
Had the coke habit.
Yeah.
Looked like a Miami Vice character. Yeah.
So those two idiots trying to cover up I guess spoilers, trying to cover up a murder was like, what a way to end that. Goofy fucking poking at what they assume is a dead stripper's corpse, right? Like,
oh my God. Such a good fight. That's that movie. I was going to bring it up when we were talking about The Menu because it made me think of The Menu. The Menu reminded me of the humor in that, where it doesn't really make you laugh out loud a lot, but you're just like, yeah, this is fucked up and funny. You know?
That was a good little stretch of some smaller movies I watched at that time. That one got a lot of Promising Young Woman got a lot of attention, but
it should have. That was a great movie.
We also watched The Kid Detective.
Carey Mulligan, right?
Carey Mulligan. There you go. We also watched The Kid Detective around that time, which we did talk about.
The Kid Detective is such a good fucking play.
Kid Detective's so good. Speaking of Shazam 2, Adam Brody, he's been doing a lot more since that movie.
He's been showing up.
Ready or Not, the Shazam. He was in.
I loved his character in Ready or Not too.
Yeah, something recently he was in as well.
There was. I think it was another dramatic one.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it.
Really good.
I
like Adam Brody. I'm glad he's back. I always liked him.
Yeah, that's another thing we never ended up doing. speaking of back to what we're talking about, this podcast, we never did OC story time because I have every single plot of every plot and every B plot of every season of the OC just right up here in my noggin.
He would randomly text me, just like, so Josh, on the episode of the OC, in which Nick goes down, he's got to go to Chino though.
He's got to go to Chino,
and everybody knows that Chino is blue and sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking CTB.
Yeah.
And underexposed.
Yeah, a lot of day for night.
It's more like night for day.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I've liked him ever since the OC, a show I know way too much about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we got on this tangent, but yes.
This was the whole
plan.
Yeah, this is all it is. We're just sitting here chilling. I hope you guys are still listening.
We're sitting here chilling, just talking about shit. So we were talking about looking forward to certain things this year. So much on the horizon, a distinct lack of Marvel stuff, which is very nice.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I just wonder, are we finally...
I just saw a trailer the other day, though, for Secret Invasion.
I saw it, too.
And I was just like, you know what, dude? If it's not the Russo brothers, don't try to make it look like the Russo brothers.
I just was like, why would I watch this?
I don't know. I was just like... What? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. I was just like, no, man. No.
I'm excited to see Quantumania. I'm just waiting it out. I can't go to the theater.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't even see it anywhere. So I have to wait for it to come out.
It should only be a couple weeks.
I would think so, right? Yeah. Because
I don't know. They might You'd think they want to rush it because that one did not do well.
Yeah, I know. So I do want to see that. But outside of that, I'm just like, I think, there was a little bit of hype coming off of Endgame, right? Especially when we had a new Spider-Man coming. But like it trailed on there for a little bit. But I think, man, especially we know how I feel about fucking Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Fucking, I think the age of the Marvel film is over.
Well,
and
I have thoughts on that.
But it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, but and what's crazy is like forever it was like that's the only thing keeping the theater alive, and now I'm like the theater's fucking bumping.
Yeah,
there's so much shit coming out.
Honestly, I fucking didn't like the movie, but you gotta give it to Avatar 2.
Yeah,
I mean the ones that saved the movie theater. Honestly, Spider-Man put butts in seats again.
Yeah, it did.
But what kept them there was Top Gun, Avatar 2.
Yeah. I'm sure there's others, but yeah, but I'm just like, it's just, I'm kind of like, it's kind of weird to think like, not everything needs to like, I'm very happy to go to a point in time where it's just like, hey, that movie looks cool and it does good, or word of mouth. Instead of like, it's the newest Marvel cinematic piece. I run to the theaters.
I was thinking a lot about where all this started, and just being like, "Oh, dude, they're doing the Hulk," and like, cool, Oh, Cap's coming. I don't know how I feel about Captain America. That movie, I love Cap, but that movie's probably gonna be awful. And then I still
what if it's good?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. No, me fucking freaking out on Ryan through text or on a phone call. We had just started talking about movies.
Yeah, very early on.
God. And just like, I got to go see Captain America tonight. Oh, God, it's going to fucking suck, and I know it. Because at the time, I really wasn't paying that much attention. That's another thing that this podcast has done.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's made me more aware, not just of like what's going to come out and whatnot, which like I kind of feel like is a double-edged sword, because sometimes I like to be surprised, but most of the time I already know, because I'm looking at news feeds and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm aware of
this day and age, it's hard to be surprised.
I'm aware of names now. Like I pay a lot closer attention to who's directing, who's writing, who's doing the lighting, who's doing the editing, like, who's doing the sound. I mean, I've always been aware of who's doing the soundtracks.
Because Air, it looks kind of like shit. And I'm like, well, but you got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon together again. And I'm like, and Ben Affleck's directing it.
Air looks so fucking dumb. Right, and I'm never gonna not make fun of it. It's so stupid. Do we make a movie about Michael Jordan? No, we'll make a movie about the shoe he fucking wore. Fuck you. Yeah, this is stupid. It looks dumb as fuck, but man, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna see it
Because Matt and Ben are together again. Yeah. I love him in Good Will Hunting. I fucking loved Argo.
Yeah.
I fucking Gone Girl was awesome. Not Gone Girl. Yeah, Gone Girl. Yeah. I'm confusing it with Gone Baby Gone, which also is a fantastic fucking movie. But Gone Girl was fantastic. Argo was fantastic. It looks like they're just going to have... It makes me think of... I made the joke, I think to you. The Ferrari v. Ford. Ford
versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari. It gives me that kind of vibe where I'm just like, oh, it's going to be funny, but it's going to warm my heart at some point.
It's been draft day. It's Jerry Maguire. It's going for that style thing, especially a draft day.
I know it's got that draft day kind of vibe, and that's what I'm kind of, banking on.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Something about it's gonna warm my heart.
Yeah, I don't have like huge expectations. I'm just like, you're just saying you're more aware. And I'm like, yes, that's a movie I'd been like, oh, it's kind of dumb, but like, it's the newest thing that Ben Affleck's directing. It's been a minute.
Well, and it's like sitting in Captain America when the opening credits are going through, and it's directed by Joe Johnston. I was like, son of a bitch. He made Rocketeer. He made October Sky. He's going to this is going to be great. And it's still, to this day, one of my favorite Marvel movies.
It's one of the better ones. I gave it a lot of shit at the time, but as time has gone on, the first Avenger really shines through.
Yeah. When it comes to Disney and Marvel movies in general, I feel like they developed their formula. They developed their little algorithm, and they've just stuck to that. And the problem is you built a world in 23 movies. You need to do world building. You can't just have things be willy-nilly all over the place.
You already picked a path. There's no going back.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like, honestly, they're not doing it. These movies suck in general. And I'm including Multiverse into that. Multiverse of Madness in that. Like, I like that movie because it's bizarre and it's Sam Raimi again, and it's Sam Raimi light, but it's still Sam Raimi, and that's always fun. Yep. I love Zombie Strange. It's not a good movie. There are so many missed opportunities in that. Now, I'm not talking about just cameos from comic books and stuff like that, but there were so many places that they could have gone that they didn't go.
Sure.
A much better announcement that they had X-Men other than rolling Patrick Stewart's half corpse out there in a wheelchair would have been they end up in the animated X-Men world.
Sure.
Or Howard the Duck is, and I'm not talking about Howard the Duck that they have. I'm talking about George Lucas puppet Howard the Duck out there. Comes out, he's sitting on the council or something like that. They should have done crazier things with it. They should have made it more wacky. They should have had a better time with it.
I wonder what and luckily today, we have a little bit more to speculate on. I wonder what these talks back and forth between Sony and Marvel are, because they always have to have these talks about exactly who owns falls what. Into what.
Yeah, you say that, and I was like, well, what about Fox? And I'm like, Fox doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, so it's like,
I mean, it does
exactly. They own them, so they don't care. So it's only dealing with Sony. So their bread and butter right now is fucking, since Marvel's partnered on the live action stuff, is their animated Spider-Man movies, right?
Yep.
They have a new one coming out. It's fully around the Spider-Verse, right?
Yep. It looks fucking incredible.
So then it's like, okay, you got like, what rights do we have to the multiverse, and what can we do with it? Because like, they make they talk about Doctor Strange. What's his name? Miles? No, Miles. I'm thinking
Miles is a kid. Are you talking about
Miguel?
Spider-Man 2099 is Miguel O'Hara.
Miguel. Yeah. So Miguel is just like, don't get me started on, fucking Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, that little wimp from high school from Earth 1999.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, so like they do have talks about like where things cross over. So I wonder if Multiverse of Madness was always doomed to be like, you can do stuff with Doctor Strange being strange and stuff you own, but like don't get too far out there.
Well, see,
and don't make it animated and don't do this. Who knows?
And it's just pulling from not just the vast comic book world that's out there, but you go into Hell's Kitchen from Ben Affleck's Daredevil. You own Daredevil now, which means you own the rights to that. You can do whatever the fuck you want there.
That sounds like fun. Yeah. And they probably should have done that. Yeah. If like Ben
Affleck's
Ian Crawford,
I think his name's Ian Crawford that played Reed Richards. Or fucking really throw people for a loop. Have Christopher Evans as Johnny Storm on the fucking council. That would have been hilarious.
Would have been great.
No, it's just, that movie just missed the mark for me in a lot of ways. And the longer I've thought about it, the more that movie makes me mad. That makes me mad. It just makes me sad.
It's not the multiverse of madness. It's the other place that's kind of different.
Yeah. The lights are upside down and there's a lot of grass. They serve pizza in spheres.
Yeah, and as crowd pleasing as a lot of it was, they could have done a lot more with that movie.
Yeah.
And then it's like in service of what? But again, I always say that, and then I always go, not that it needs to be. So I've fallen into this trap, where I expect certain things, but then go, but they don't have to.
Yeah, but they're just dropping the ball. And honestly, after watching Andor. Leave. No, shut the mic off.
Get out.
Andor. Oh God, stop. After watching that, I was like, this is what Star Wars needs.
Yeah.
And the longer I've thought, and I don't think again, like I said when we were talking about Andor, not every Star Wars needs to be Andor.
No.
But you need an Andor at this point. With these long-running legacy type of thing, legacy trilogies and series and stuff like that, where Marvel's existed forever at this point. Star Wars has always been a thing. Somebody to think outside the box and try to present all angles of it, and you get a real look at the world of Star Wars through Andor. Captain America and Winter Soldier should have been Andor. It should have been 2 seasons long. And we really should have gotten into what the world is like now in the aftermath and stuff like that. Like, I mean, and I'm going to levy a criticism against She-Hulk here and Spider-Man and Quantumania, where it's just, the world is just back to normal.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. I'm sorry. I know you're Marvel and DC and Disney and everything, and you're trying to, no, it's just, we don't bother with that. You need to. There's 23 movies of this. The Russo brothers built something. Like, before the Russo brothers got there,
and
it was a loose idea, and then the Russo brothers started with Winter Soldier, and then you got Civil War, for better or worse, but there were ramifications that flashed back to Avengers 2. And they had consequences. There were consequences to that action, and that's one thing that I will definitely give Civil War was there was a reaction to everything, and it was a real reaction. And I feel like when they ended Endgame, I feel like they were like, well, that's it, right? And then Disney's like, no, let's keep going, and it's.
Well, and
I feel like
that's the main problem, because the way Endgame ended, they could have easily pulled a fucking Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Where it's like reset, right? Where it was just a reset.
Yeah.
So like when they just make a new Spider-Man and it's just like everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
Fine, because that's how that ended.
Yeah.
But they went out of their way to be like, well, it's kind of back to normal, but not really. And some people were lost along the way, and the world will never be the same, and Cap's gone. And they went out of their way to like, stakes and things happened. We didn't just fix everything. We just made things better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but they made that decision, so they need to, like you're saying, they need to fucking deal with it. But they're acting as if it was like, no, everything's fine.
Everything's cool. Yeah, just a couple people are pissed off here and there. No, we're talking about food shortages. It's been 5 years. There's not enough food to support that sudden influx of population. There's not enough cops. There's not enough, military. There's not, and they touch on it.
Yeah, they
a little in Falcon Winter Soldier. But it's never fully explored. And then you get something like She-Hulk where it's just she's just living it up in LA, and it's just like, no, that's not what LA looks like anymore.
Sure.
And that's and it's to a certain extent, yes. I'm not expecting it to be some misery fest.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Back to what you were originally saying. Yes, they needed to have an Andor to cover those things, because then you wouldn't have a lot of those complaints when like She-Hulk's just dating it up, right?
Yeah, or Spider-Man's just back to high school and everything's just hunky dory, or.
But the one kid was older now.
Then you got Ant-Man, and it's. That movie starts with him just living up life and everybody's just happy he's around and stuff. And it's sunny and normal and stuff. And I'm not going to go too much into Quantumania.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the very beginning of the movie, which is just.
I'm very upset that I have not seen it yet.
I'm kind of sad you haven't
because
seen
it's
it
not,
because I really want to talk about it.
It's not even just like keeping up with the overall thing of Marvel, but like Ant-Man's my jam. I mean, it came out. Edgar Wright wrote the first one. It's a sad story. It's not a sad story. It's an unfortunate story.
He did what was right for Edgar Wright.
Yeah, no, it's an unfortunate story that they couldn't see that was something that they
fucked up.
Should have held on to.
They really well. I mean, look what they did to James Gunn. And they were like, "Hey, come back," and he was like, "All right, I'll do one more."
Yeah, one more, and then now I'm the head of your direct
of your rival.
Yeah,
yeah. And I honestly, people are upset, and. Some of it stings. I really think that getting rid of Cavill was a bad idea. I think getting rid of Gal Gadot's a bad idea.
That's a terrible idea.
It's for me, Cavill he never got to shine. We never got to. I think he was fully capable of being a good.
Sure,
I'm not riding that Henry Cavill.
No, I know you're
thing.
not.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you gotta. It's just like
you gotta mix.
That is too bad, but it's not my fucking responsibility to make up for the mistakes of the guys before me.
Yeah,
right?
no, it really isn't, dude. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the people that got let go were given short shrift.
Yeah,
I feel that's.
Gal Gadot was one of the biggest performers for them, so that was a huge fucking.
She had one movie.
Yes, it was crap. But also, let's not forget that, like, it was a COVID special, right? Like, it was supposed to come out and then got delayed and delayed and delayed.
Yeah.
Then released straight to HBO. And it's like, yeah, it sucked, but that movie could have done numbers. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, Batman v Superman did numbers, and that's a terrible. Both versions of that movie fucking suck.
So it's like, it's hard to say it's a financial decision.
Yeah. No, that's rough. But, yeah, man, and I know that they own the rights now, and they've said that they're going to do it. Daredevil and Punisher. And I really think that an interesting idea for those to reset them within the continuity would be to have them pick up in the middle of the snap.
Sure.
In that interim, that 5 years. You set them up there, dude. Like, because you think about what a hellscape a lot of these places are, especially urban areas.
Yeah.
You would need Punisher. You would need Daredevil out there. Those guys that are going to get it done no matter what it takes. And that's where you could build a lot of these darker heroes in and go with that darker angle. And if they start X-Men, that's where they need to start, is in the middle of all that shit. And then maybe build upon it from there. And honestly, X-Men should be a show. It should be a live action show. It should not be a movie. It should be a live action series.
Probably.
And like, I know you got the fucking money. Dump that Rings of Power money into it. You can do it. I know you have it, Disney. Don't fucking lie to me.
They do. They do.
Put some effort
into it. They can dump
this
Mandalorian money into it, to be fair. Like,
dude, yeah. If you dump Mandalorian money into it, I'll be happy. That's enough. That's enough. Put some, that's the other thing, dude, is the longer I've watched these Marvel shows, the more I'm just like, man, why are you fucking pinching so many goddamn pennies on this shit, dude? The costumes look like shit. The action's filmed terrible. The sets are garbage. Fucking work on shit, guys. Put some. That's one of the reasons I liked She-Hulk was, the CGI wasn't great. I don't expect great CGI from network shit, from TV shit, dude. But like, it looked like a normal show. Like, I believed that show. Like, I'm not looking at Bucky's clearly fake rubber arm, like, dude, really, you couldn't just dig the prop out and use it again, like, come on, man. I don't know, dude. I'm expecting more from Marvel. They need to evolve. They need to do more, and they're not. They're just asking us to accept the same shit.
It's going to be
over and over.
It's going to be slow going. I think they need to. I think after this, because there's nothing on the slate.
There needs to be a control shakeup.
Yeah, there's nothing on the horizon except for the Marvels, right? After that, I think there's
Guardians 3 and the Marvels. I think
Guardians 3, of course. That's coming out in like a month.
Everything else is TV based.
Yeah, there needs to be a little bit of a break to figure out their path and what they want to do.
Well, and it's I think we talked about
it's like, ugh, dude.
Like I said, I think we talked about it when we were talking about Endgame afterwards. And we're like, we need a break after this. You need to take time. I know Spider-Man's coming, but
like that's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's
and they completely reset him, dude.
Yeah,
and
it's very self-contained after the second one, right? So it's like who I don't know. They need to take a little bit.
That
of
was
a
like
break.
a nice epilogue for Endgame. Was No Way Home.
Yeah, I agree.
I like No Way Home a lot more than I thought I did the first place. Like I kept saying, I was a sucker. I was a sucker for it. They brought in Toby, they brought in Andrew, and I was happy to see him. By the way, the internet response to Amazing Spider-Man has pissed me the fuck off. Like, honestly, you got people out there being like, oh man, it was always one of them. They need to go back and they need to. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're the same assholes that ripped these movies apart.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't Toby. Now all of a sudden he shows up with Tom Holland and it's like, oh man, these were always my favorites. I'm like, motherfucker, I was there.
Funny, at the Oscars, like Jimmy Kimmel was talking about anybody wanting to rush the stage to do any more Will Smith type shit. And he's like, we got so-and-so, we got this, we got Spider-Man. And then it people are cheering every person. Mm-hmm. We got Spider-Man and it's Andrew Garfield. And there's like a pause. And then he goes, like, yeah, it's not the guy you thought, and then like the claps and
dudes,
claps and laughs.
It's not
and stuff.
Tom, it's not Toby.
And then people were interviewing him afterwards, and they were like, "Oh yeah, are they gonna do another one of those?" And like people really want it. And he's like, "Where the fuck were these people like 4 years ago?" Like
that's what I'm saying.
He's just kind of like, I know what it is.
One
like,
bad movie and everybody turned on.
Yeah, they didn't do well, and nobody gave a shit, and I'm not in it anymore. But like. It would be cool if they did another one.
Oh, I would love to see him come back.
I didn't care for either one of those movies.
Yeah, yes. And you have always maintained that. You still maintain that.
But he is one of my favorite Spider-Man.
But you've never denied that he was good in the movie. But dude, people burned him and shit, and I fucking hate that shit, dude. Like, you don't get to pretend that you were down for it because you liked that he showed up here and once again performed incredibly well because he's a good fucking actor. Yeah.
No, it's.
I hate that shit, dude.
Every
that makes
time
me
we talk
so
about
mad.
these, I have like a shake up in my brain because I'm just like, no, I'm right there with you. That was a real, and I think I said this during the review. It was a very real crowd pleaser. Like I'm not upset with it. I start looking at this trilogy of Spider-Mans, and I'm just like, I really, really still think the first one's the best one. I really think Homecoming is about as good as it got.
No, and I've come around on Homecoming a lot, dude. It had a really great villain. It had a cool
especially
story.
now that Morbius is going to get involved.
God fucking damn it.
I think Spider-Man has something to do with this.
This is kind of weird. Okay. I think Spider-Man had something to do with it. I'm listening.
I'm morbing it out right now.
Wow. Oh, I'm morbing so hard right now.
Oh, bro.
No, I've come around on the first one as well, where I'm like, good villain, decent story. I don't like Tom Holland. That's honestly what knocks it down for me is I don't like Tom Holland. I don't know why. I cannot tell you why I don't like Tom Holland. I just fucking don't.
Didn't care for him in that Uncharted.
Oh God, yeah. That, you know what? Until people bring that movie up, I forget that we watched and talked about that. Yeah, fuck that movie. But no, I do like No Way Home just because, honestly, of the ending. I love the ending.
It's incredible. It has some moments,
and I mean the actual ending where it's like Peter's actually had to make real sacrifice and shit real Spider-Man sacrifice.
Outside
again.
of some shoehorning, some lessons that I feel like he already would have. He learned from another stand-in character why they had to do it twice.
Oh my god! Yeah, well, because like everybody was making fun of them for being like, so you got rid of Uncle Ben and just brought in Robert Downey Jr. Like, okay, well, we'll kill Aunt May too. You know,
he can't be happy at all.
I mean, that's Spider-Man, but at the same time, it's just like,
it looks like. Fucking Peter Parker, he's got baby. He's having fun.
Oh, we're talking Spider-Verse?
Yeah, we're talking fucking
Peter B. Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker.
Yeah.
Peter B. tripping.
Peter B. tripping? No, he's wearing a bathrobe now. It's like, I feel like every time they design Peter B. Parker, they're like, what dumb thing could we put him in with the Spider-Man costume under it?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's wearing a baby Bjorn and a pink bathrobe. Perfect. We put him in a military jacket the last time. He looked like a hobo. Now he just looks like now he looks like Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom.
I'm down for it. I love it.
Yeah. Great movie. And this one seems like it's going to be great.
I want to see what Miguel's beef with Miles is. Cause
it seems like he's just mad. On it,
that's on brand for Miguel because he's very control heavy. He's very, very smart, and he's also a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure there's more to it. They're obviously keeping that close to the vest, but
I like that they got Oscar Isaac for it.
It seems like he's just an angry dude with what he has to deal with being like seemingly in charge of this.
The Council of Parkers.
This fucking this Citadel of Ricks.
Citadel of Ricks, Council of Reeds, fucking. It's all the same.
No, I know. Every time I bring that up, I'm like, that's just the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah. No.
I understand that Rick and Morty wasn't fucking breaking new ground.
No,
which, by the way, I can talk about Rick and Morty again.
Yeah, right. How do you?
Apparently, all that shit is gone.
Yeah,
so.
Fucking Roiland's just.
He's kind of a dick. From what I understand, but his actual criminal offenses were all dropped. Oh, so
well, that's good.
But he seems to be a fucking asshole.
Didn't he come out and like defend fucking sexual misconductors as
well? No, he didn't. No. Okay. No, he just basically was like, "This is total bullshit," and then fucking the DA said that this is so fucking in the weeds. But the DA said like, there was new evidence. We're dropping all the charges. Blah blah blah. Who knows? He said it was an embittered ex. I tend to believe that. However. The court of public opinion, a bunch of shit came out around that where people who worked at his different studios and different projects he was on, why do you think they were so quick to get rid of him even though nothing had officially happened yet? Because they were like, perfect opportunity to take advantage because I guess he's just an asshole. He's an asshole to deal with. He's a little bit of a sex pest, not in a criminal way.
Just annoying.
Allegedly. Yeah. He tries to hit on chicks being like, I'm Rick. It's fucking weird. He's like a total weirdo, which like, of course he is, right? I'm not defending the guy.
Well, look at the show.
But I'm like, I'm like, are we all that surprised?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's okay to like Rick and Morty. We've talked about this before. And then I was like, oop, that aged very poorly. Because like right after I got done saying that. And now it seems like it's seemingly okay to like Rick and Morty.
I have a little bit of a feeling that's okay. Yeah, no, I just don't like Justin Roiland. Like,
no, his humor.
And that was like when that all came out, I was just like, I'm not surprised.
When I was playing High on Life, I just was like, I wish I would have archived that stream. I don't think I did. Maybe I did, but I don't think so. That game had problems, but also the problem with. Fuck, man. If it's all Roiland's humor and it's all fucking interdimensional cable, like that's too much.
Yeah.
You need somebody like Harmon and other writers to like
write something.
Make it a story,
yeah.
Dude. Squanch Games. I don't foresee them coming out with another banger. But who knows?
But
anyway.
Yeah, that movie's making me...
The Citadel of Ricks, I feel like, He's like, this place sucks.
Yeah. Well, and Miguel has always been very temperamental. So, he was kind of the anti-hero Spider-Man, basically. And most of the 2099 universe characters were very anti-hero. I think Doom was the only one that was actually a good guy, which was crazy. Because it was this continuity's Doom that time traveled. Yeah, but my knowledge of 2099 is so fucking fuzzy at this goddamn point. It was such a cool concept. I remember the X-Men book being the worst fucking book. The X-Men 29 book was awful. Was it Nation X or X Nation was basically their Generation X New Mutants kind of book. That one was pretty interesting and kind of weird. But Spider-Man 2099 and Doom 29, I think Punisher 2099 was pretty good too. But Spider-Man 2099 was the best fucking book. Miguel O'Hara is a great fucking character. Because he's cool. Just such an asshole.
Yeah, it looks great.
But yeah, I can't fucking...
I could definitely see, like young fucking isn't Parker, isn't fucking, wasn't, Uncle Ben's dying, nothing like that. Like, if he's an outlier, if there's no other Miles there, which is, I think, where they're probably going with that. Yeah. Where, like, there's tons of Parkers, there's Miguel, there's probably...
I think that's where a lot of the problem's going to become, where it's like, it's Miguel and Miles, and Miguel was the only one that wasn't a Parker. Yeah. And now... here comes Miles. Yeah, so maybe this 40-year-old man's got a fucking grudge to bear.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't even want to speculate.
I was special. You're not special.
I'm there for the fucking ride.
Oh, I don't care, dude. I was just pumped to see fucking Ben Reilly fucking Scarlet Spider. I was like, dope. And then in one of the trailers, I caught Manga Spider-Man swinging around with his little fucking grappling hooks and shit. And I'm just like, yes, Ninja Boy. I love that guy. But, yeah, man, very excited for that. I feel like, but Marvel proper needs to pump the brakes.
Oh yes.
Sit down, reflect. Maybe like I said, maybe not do such an extreme, like Kevin Feige, you're out. But like bring in some fresh blood to.
It seems like Star Wars were just like Kathleen was like, all right, I'm done dealing with you, and fucking he's out on Star Wars now. Yeah, and it's gonna be Favreau. But again, like I said, I feel like Favreau had a fucking bone to pick. Yeah, and it seems like Favreau and Filoni are just taking over. So I don't know. He could be on thin ice. Who knows? Yeah. This is all fucking...
we're just nerding it up.
Yeah, this is all bullshit you read about on Reddit. And
yeah, shit, I try not to read that shit, dude. Fucking, but like... I don't know. There needs to be a shakeup. There needs to be a shakeup somewhere in here. Like, get some new blood and get some quality directors. We had we had Ryan Coogler, we had Sam Raimi. You need...
Michael B. Jordan made a better Coogler-y movie than Wakanda Forever was.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe it picked up on Mike. I don't know.
Oh, God, that's funny. Well, we need to talk about Creed 3. Yeah, at some point, dude.
The next episode, I think, is mostly that.
Especially since I watched 2 and 3 back to back.
So that'll be in the next one. We got plenty to talk about. Like, no shortage of stuff. That's why, like, on the horizon, things are, like, exciting. Some of it's, like, tired. Yeah. Superheroes and fucking Fast and Furious.
Indiana Jones.
And shit, and Indiana Jones and whatever.
I can't let that go, dude. I'm
just kind of like, this isn't their first rodeo. Who cares?
It's just the trailer makes me so mad because they're just like, remember when you were happy, everybody, and you loved India? And I'm just like, fuck you. You did this with the Star Wars marketing. It doesn't work anymore. No. Everybody's hip to your fucking bullshit. Well, normal people are. God, dude. I was just like, oh man, I miss the sand. I miss adventure. And they're playing this like sad version of the indie theme in the background. And there's all this sunlight just bathing off of Harrison Ford's fake shoulders. And I'm just like, fucking stop.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of whatever for sure.
I'm just done with all of it, dude. Like, I'm done with all that shit, dude.
Well, good news. Most of this shit is gonna be dead soon. So they're definitely not making another one. So
yeah. Well, let's hope not.
I'll say that.
Yeah. No, they'll just make another one with another guy playing indie,
and that's fine.
No, it isn't.
Better than what they've done. There's gonna be 2.
It's like I want to say just make something like Indy, but not with Indy. It'll work. And then I'm like,
get Tom Holland to do
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm just like, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft.
Yeah. Exactly.
Uncharted, fucking national fucking treasure.
Yeah,
Jesus
but there's no reason
Christ.
why it's just like, fucking Indiana Jones has to keep going. It's like, yeah, who cares? But the name recognition gets butts in seats, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely does. Look at
but I
making a fucking sequel to Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there's going to be yet another Ghostbusters.
They're actively making me hate Ghostbusters.
It's so funny because
I was like, at least
Lady Ghostbusters was just like, we're redoing the Ghostbusters. Now it's nostalgia bait sequels.
It's because they read the fucking asshole fake comments that are just like, oh no.
Yeah, so we're talking about Ghostbusters 4's coming out.
Yeah.
But there was also a Ghostbusters. It's like DMC, right? Yeah. It's like when DMC came out, but then Devil May Cry 5 came out later. Yeah. I'm so confused.
Right. Yeah, right.
That's what happened. Lady Ghostbusters is DMC.
Yeah. Yeah. And then DMC is in DMC Devil May Cry 5. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, no. And I know I guess at some point during the end of that game you find fucking I can't remember the guy's name. Fucking Dante. Almost said Geralt.
Geralt.
It was like fucking demon hunting, monster hunter, fucking gray hair, whatever.
I guess Liam Hemsworth isn't going to play
Geralt,
by the way.
Did he nope out?
I don't know. But they finally made an official statement. It's like one more season, Cavill, and then he's out. Then they're going to do another one with somebody else. But it wasn't Liam Hemsworth. So.
Just stop. It's a bad show. Just stop. I don't even care about the legacy of The Witcher. I'm just like, no, it's a fucking bad show. The first season was bad. The second season was fucking probably worse. The third season was terrible. Stop.
It had its audience. But yeah, just relax. Anyway, yeah.
Stop chasing them Game of Thrones dreams.
Fucking, they got to keep making Ghostbusters, right? And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why do they keep making Ghostbusters?
They keep making Terminator movies, man.
They keep making Terminator movies.
You got to stop.
The last one wasn't all that bad.
The last one wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't good. But also completely unnecessary.
Imagine take all that budget and all those people and some of those actors, some of them, and then make another movie.
Yeah.
Right? Take some of those ideas in shots and
dude, cyber enhanced fucking lady soldier.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. I liked her a whole lot. I thought she was dope as hell.
See, I say this, but now let's think about this logically. Am I going to watch a movie like that that's not branded Terminator and be like, this fucking wannabe fucking...
See, and that's the thing that I always hate, because I always say the same thing. And then I think about it and I'm like, no, because everybody's just going to be like, this Star Wars... People were doing that about that fucking Dune movie, dude. This fucking boring ass Star Wars ripoff. And I'm just like, God fucking damn it.
Read a headline. And of course, I have just a headline disclaimer.
Why would you read the article? Half the time you don't.
But it was like somebody asked David Lynch if he saw the new Dune, and he's like, I haven't, and nobody better tell me about it. And I was just like, why would he be so mad about this? Does he think that his movie is good?
I don't think he cares.
David Lynch cares a lot about a lot of things.
He does care a lot about a lot of things. He does care.
He does.
Because it's like, it depends on when you catch David Lynch, I feel like. Because sometimes he's like, whatever.
Yeah,
fuck that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, sure.
And then you catch him the next day, you ask him the same fucking question. He's like, fuck that shit. I don't fucking get out of my face.
He decided to play.
I don't want to talk about it.
I forget who he played in The Fabelmans.
John Ford.
Yeah, he played John Ford in The Fabelmans, right? And I'm just like, why wasn't he just like, no, Spielberg, you made Ready Player One. I won't be in your shitty movie.
Nobody's watching movies on phones. What even is a video game? God, I love David Lynch. He's such an asshole.
Yeah, but I'm just like, does he think that his Dune is good?
I think his Dune's okay.
Okay, but why would he be mad that
it's not great?
But why would he be mad that they made another one?
maybe he's just mad about reboots in general.
But it's an adaptation.
Yeah, but he made Dune, which he didn't even want to do in the first.
It's not like,
place.
hey, have you seen fucking the new Eraserhead? You know what I mean? Like that's different. Like I could see him getting fucking pissed off about that.
Did you hear about the new Twin Peaks that's coming out? Starring,
he's like, yeah, I did it, but
starring Catherine McNamara and Liam Hemsworth.
Hell yeah.
Oh God! Speaking of which, I sat down, tried to watch a Western that's on HBO.
Okay,
it's a show.
Called a Western?
No, yeah.
Or is this the Outlaw Gamer thing?
No, it's no. God. The Peripheral. I should have never brought that show up to you. Oh, that's the one with the Outlaw Gamers.
We're in the movie theater. Oh, the Outlaw Gamers. Oh, God. They're handling the Peripheral.
I knew you were going to react like that, too. I knew you were going to, and I was just like, no, bring it up because it's a good fucking cyberpunk show. And you're just like,
I enjoy nothing, and I make fun of you for liking things.
I retract my statement about how you don't say things intentionally to make me mad.
True. But Outlaw Gamer's too funny and handling the Peripheral.
No one even said handling the Peripheral.
I said it.
God damn it. Such a fucking... I need to find somebody else to do this with. I can't take this anymore. 100 fucking episodes of your bullshit.
Yeah, we'll just switch off every other episode, and then we get a rotating guest.
Yeah, I can sit here across from Brandon and be like, "Did you see this?" And he'd be like, "What?
What?"
Working on a new bit. Oh my God.
See, we can say these things because they don't listen.
Because they don't listen. Yeah. But
well, Josh.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, I watched it. It's called
the Western, yeah.
I keep wanting to say Walker. It's not fucking Walker. Independence. It's about a small town.
Independence.
Watched like the first 30 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, this is some of that CW young adult shit.
Oh, yeah.
I am not doing this. Fucking left.
It depends.
You see, and I was gonna say, dude, not that all young adult shit is terrible. Some of it's actually kind of cool.
Well, and not only that, some of it can be kind of cool, but also like, oh, this is stupid. I'll get a kick out of this. I don't think that's something you do on your own.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we watch.
There's certain things that we watch where we're like, but. Like there's things that I watch with my wife where
we watched the first
I would
2
not
seasons
watch
of Supergirl. Yeah, and that was awful.
I would not watch this or recommend this to anybody, but like watching it with my wife and making fun of it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
we're getting 2 separate things out of it, I think, but it works for both of us. That's not something that you up here by yourself can like really.
You really gotta drive that one home.
That's not what I meant, but really.
God. Oh God!
Right, that you don't really have that benefit, right?
No,
but we've done it. We've done it with things like Supergirl.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, fucking the Agents of Shield.
Agents.
Big Trubs love Creed. Dear the bad guys.
His arm was turning into a tire. It was Big Trubs.
It's just, oh crap, they're beating up Agent Goldstein.
I wonder if that show ended any good. Probably not, right?
Dude, I can't imagine caring, dude.
Sure, I don't care. I just wonder.
No, it's I heard it went off the rails around about the time Civil War happened.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's just like the show had to tie in somewhat to the movies.
Yeah.
But because of the fallout between the TV end and the
because the last thing they did was
Winter Soldier.
No, it was in Avengers 2.
Oh, yeah.
They had the secret helicarrier.
They found the helicarrier, yeah. That went out with the fucking... That's the other thing I was thinking about, too, was just Avengers 1, and I was just like, I miss S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I don't miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I miss S.H.I.E.L.D. I miss helicarriers.
Yeah.
What a wacky world we could have got. And everything got... sort of grounded while being also really fucking dumb, you know?
Winter Soldier was great, but the thing that it did was destroy the base of like, we're the superhero team, the bureaucracy or whatever you want to call them, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're here, we work with them, and then they just blew that up.
Yeah.
And it was like awesome in context of the story. Then you got to Civil War and shit, and I was like, this sucks.
Well, yeah, and then I remember
it.
Then they had the Avengers compound, which no one seemed to really work at, and no one seemed to ever be at, dude.
Nope. No,
like the next
Falcon
time,
was there sometimes.
Yeah, like
just to beat up Ant-Man.
Yeah, just to beat up Ant-Man. And then the next time you see it was
Endgame, I think.
Endgame, I think. Yeah, dude. They go to because they're somewhere in the UN in Civil War. And then in Endgame, it's just Black Widow just living there and watching hologram screens.
Yep. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna call it there.
All right.
I got nothing else.
I mean, I got so much more. I've been carrying this whole conversation this whole fucking time.
I've been doing all the work.
I've been carrying you for 5 fucking years, man.
Here's to 100 episodes. Thank you so much for listening all this time.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us. Those of you that have been longtime listeners from the beginning
and new ones.
Those of you guys that have just showed up, welcome in. We're trying to put more of this out more frequently. We're trying to get back in a groove that we used to be. We say it all the time, but the future is bright. We're working on a lot of stuff.
I'm promising it right now. Another 100 episodes, and maybe, Josh, just maybe, we'll get it out in less than 5 years.
Right.
But no, it's been cool. We'll be back literally in no time. We have Creed. We got a bunch of shit. Cocaine Bear, John Wick.
What else do we have? We watched fucking something else.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shit. So, and on top of that,
I don't know. I don't pay attention anymore.
Mario Brothers. Fucking soon we'll have Guardians.
Dune 2 comes out later this year.
And I'm talking just like even the next couple weeks. The Dungeons and Dragons movie, we're gonna check that out.
Yes.
Dude. So
we'll
talk about Mandalorian when it's fucking done.
I might actually see that Pedro Pascal movie you were talking about.
It's good.
I can't fucking remember the name.
I think it's called the Unfortunate or the something weight of something talent. I don't remember what it's called.
Unbearable Weight of Talent or something like that.
Shit like that.
Oh, whatever.
You'll figure it out.
Oh, fucking
Renfield is coming
Renfield's coming
soon. Like there's so much coming out. So we will be back in no time.
And we got to talk about Picard and
we're going to talk about Picard and Orville and all that good shit.
We're going to talk about Mandalorian when it's done.
And like we were talking about earlier in the episode, I'm open to maybe not doing something separately, but having every so often the podcast have a part that is not just what's the releases we're talking about today. Maybe we do talk about.
I mean, and honestly, we've had a couple episodes where we talk about some offshoots and stuff like that. We catch up.
We do, but the only
time you ever get mad is when I try to sneak it into my fucking best of. I'm just like, I don't care. I watched it this year.
When we're in our normal cadence, it's usually like the releases chronologically as we progress through the year. It's been a while, but I feel like this year we're getting back into form. So that's why I bring that up. But I feel like after weathering these last 2 years, I think it's fucking fair game to be like, hey guys, we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Not just Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And it rhymes. So thanks so much for listening. All right, here's my spiel. And I should have done it at the beginning. Because remember, that's the one lesson I took from the noobs that we're associate ourselves with.
Oh, also, Ryan, you had a statement.
I'm getting there. Don't worry. We're available on all podcast locations, including Apple Podcasts, Google, all the other places. We're on Spotify, but if you listen to us on Spotify, you're the fucking problem, bro. Spotify sucks shit. They're the fucking worst. And I know you heard us do an Anchor FM. an Anchor FM ad before this, and I stick to what we said in that.
Yeah, Anchor's great.
Stick to what we said in that, legally speaking.
Yes.
It's no longer Anchor, but they haven't made us update that ad.
Nope.
It is Podcast by Spotify. What I said in that ad is 100% correct.
Oh, yeah.
Using Spotify sucks shit, and it's the worst, and you shouldn't pay for premium, and it sucks. But we are available there. And fuck Spotify. Fuck them.
Fuck Spotify.
Fuck Spotify.
Fuck Spotify.
Okay?
I'll say it one more time, too.
Say it again.
Fuck Spotify.
But we are available on Apple and everywhere else. Okay. Wherever you get your podcast from. You can also follow us on Twitter, at Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter. That is where you'll find out when any new episode goes up. Go to twitch.tv/MightyFishTV. That is where we've been doing. If you're like, they're so inconsistent. If you'd like to see us be slightly more consistent, watch our Twitch streams. They're funny.
Watch us stream terribly.
Yeah.
Brian does a better job. I think I'm the fucking worst.
No, Josh is good. He's going to finish up Jedi Fallen Order here pretty soon.
Almost done with that game. I think I'm like halfway through.
I'm going to finish up Hogwarts Legacy here pretty soon, and then we're going to have our co-Diablo streams getting ready for Diablo 4 coming out. Plus, Josh is going to play all of Manhunt.
I never
Final
said
Fantasy
that.
13
Don't. Don't. You need to
Kingdoms
stop.
of Amalur. He's going to finish.
Stop. I'm not going to finish that fucking game.
And I'm going to play The Witcher 3. But no, we are Mighty Fish Twitch.tv/MightyFishTV.
I'm going to quit. I fucking quit, dude.
100 episodes, you're going to quit now.
100 episodes, dude. You fucking dick. I'm not playing that. I'm going to play Darksiders after this.
Okay. Josh will play Darksiders. I approve of that.
I'm going to play games that I like playing, not fucking terrible games that you want me to play.
I signed off on that.
That's good.
I'm going to
That's
finish.
good. Fucking Mr. Moneybags here. Fucking media mogul. Fucking Big Ryan wearing his 3-piece suit, sitting across from me with his stupid bow tie, smoking out of one of those long fucking cigarette holders.
Well, you don't want to make your...
With a monocle and a top hat, looking like Howard Taft.
I'm going to finish up Hogwarts Legacy.
You do whatever you want.
And then I'm going to start... I'm going to do it, Josh. And you're going to be there to help me.
Okay.
I'm going to make it through Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Oh, God. Do I have to fucking bring up
strategy You got to read the strategy guides to me again. It's a classic.
Do you want me to sit next to you like I did last time?
And then we get to Link to the Past, I believe, and that I can just play through. And then Link's Awakening, and then there's like Minish Cap. There's all sorts of stuff. But then Tears of the Kingdom's going to come out.
Did you say Minish Cap?
Minish Cap, yes.
What the fuck is Minish Cap?
Bro, I don't even know anymore. I barely know how to play the game. At Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter, twitch.tv/MightyFishTV. I will reiterate, we still don't have that Instagram we've been promising.
Nope.
No. What can you do? Thank you so much for listening. I have been Ryan.
I'm always Josh.
And we will be back for another episode 101.
Hell yeah. A new start.
A new start.
Maybe a new theme song.
To the next 100. Maybe we have a new theme song.
Maybe we got a new theme song.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we should.
Goodbye. How do I...